Trump is planning to cut down a few embassies and consulates, and the continent that's hit the most is Africa. What does that mean for us? Let's discuss. Hello there, my name is Janita Maaya. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please make sure you subscribe, like, do all the nice things. Let's dive in. I'm sure that most people are aware that there are some budget cuts that are happening in various departments in the United States, and this is under the department that is DOGE, which is the Department of Government Efficiency Initiative, influenced by Elon Musk. Now, this department is looking at reducing waste, if you can call it that, trying to make sure that the money has value, that the money is doing what it's meant to do and then not wasting money in high instance, right? Now, in that budget cut, obviously they did shut down the USAID. They had their results. I did videos on that. And now they're looking at closing down a few embassies and consulates and doing away with them because in hindsight, it's either not making the money or it's not benefiting the US as a country. So here are the countries that are affected before I let you guys watch the clip I'm talking about this. So in Africa, we have Lesotho, the country that he talked about that doesn't even exist, but which ended up existing, had a lot of manufacturing companies and so much more. Please watch the video what Maaya did about it. So in Africa, we have Lesotho, Republic of Congo, CAR, which is Central African Republic, South Sudan, and Somalia. But although the Somalian embassy is to be resized and not fully closed, we're looking at Europe. We have Germany. As for Europe, we do have Germany. We also do have France. We have Italy. We have Portugal. We have the UK. I'm not saying that all the embassies are going to be shut down. It's certain areas and those places that will be shut down. You know what? Let me name them. In Germany, we have Hamburg, Leipzig, Düsseldorf. France, we have Bordeaux, Strasbourg, Rennes, Lyon. Guys, forgive my pronunciation of these names. I'm so sorry. Italy, we have Florence. Portugal, we have Ponta Delgada. In the UK, we have Edinburgh. The consulate is facing closure. In the Middle East, we have Turkey. We have Gaziantep. In Asia, we have Laos, Myanmar. In Oceania, we have Pacific Oceans. In Latin America, in Brazil, it's Belo Horizonte. Now, this is actually a plan. It's not confirmed. From the time that I did this video, it's actually not confirmed. It's a plan that he has in place to make sure they can do some budget cuts. Let's watch this clip from Larry Moduo.
Africa is about to be hit hard again by Elon Musk, DOGE, and President Trump. 60% of the embassies the Trump administration wants to close are in Africa. They're targeting South Sudan, Lesotho, the Gambia, Eritrea, Congo Republic, and the Central African Republic. They also want to shut down the consulates in Douala, Cameroon, and in Durban, South Africa, and reduce the size of the mission in Mogadishu, Somalia. This is according to an internal document that still needs congressional approval and could change.
So he talked about Africa is about to be hit hard, which I think is true. Now, many of you have the privilege of not needing visas because you have a powerful passport. But in case you didn't know this, so many Africans actually have to ask for visas to access certain countries. That is if they're visiting, if they want to work there, or if they want to study from there. Embassies in most African countries are not just. I'll speak for the US embassy. Like, it's not just a building. Like, the US embassy in Uganda is used for emergency citizen contact. Let's say you are an American stranded in Uganda, or you need assistance or some sort of help, then your embassy is right there to make sure they assist you. It helps with visa processing. It also helps with, facilitating some diplomatic relationships here and there. It helps with issuing out tourist visas, any type of visa anyway, And if we see them close down the embassies, we could see. Obviously, they're saying that the purpose of the visa the purpose that the embassy had in that country will be shifted or moved to the next country. So let's imagine, God forbid, let me not even use Uganda as an example because God forbid that does happen. But so for South Sudan, let's say like the embassy has shut down and whatnot, obviously they're going to send them to neighboring countries. Let's use Uganda as an example, which has its embassy here. So let's say they send them to Uganda. Obviously, you will see a delay in visa transactions or visa processing. You'll see a delay in people getting their visas. It's really hard to get an American visa, first of all, like really, really hard. The process is quite long and expensive. So imagine that already in place, and now getting a visa will be like 2 times harder and 2 times expensive because they do their interviews and you have to be there in person for their interviews. So it's just a tedious process. But like I said, what does that mean for Africa? Like the countries that have been hit, what is that telling them? But overall, what should Africa do now that the cuts are happening? And I do believe, by the way, I was talking about this the other day, like I do believe that the cuts are going to keep coming in and there's not much we are going to do about it except adapting and pivoting where need be, because this is like, the term is long, his term is long, he's going to do a lot more. Like everything that's coming up, I feel like is a soft blow because the hard blows coming. But what should Africa do in itself? Obviously, I talk about this, guys, all the time. I have multiple videos about it. But I talk about self-reliance as Africa, and I talk about so many other things we can do to avoid relying on the US. Although, should the US move the way it's moving, then some African countries will be forced to look at other powerful countries for, I guess, dependence. You can look at China, Russia, and whatnot. We see some African countries looking that way and moving away from the US. In the end, I do believe that we need, as a group of people, we just need to like buckle down and expect the most that's going to come our way and just find ways to do something about it, because guys, like I said, a lot more is coming. There's nothing much we can do. He's cutting down on the embassies. Uganda is not affected. We don't know what the future holds. But yeah, guys, that's it from me. This was a short one. Sorry. But it's a short one. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think these cards, the embassy cards, are the right way to go? Do you think it's a selfish move, or do you think it's actually a move geared towards, sustaining the US as a country on its own? Let me know in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Please subscribe, hit the bell for notification, like, do all the nice things that are out there. And yeah, I will see you next time. To reach me, you can find me at JanitaMaaya.com, Janita Maaya on all social media platforms. Just Google me. I'll see you next time. Bye.